Hello again everybody, and welcome to another of the Brommer's Blog video tutorials. This week I'd just like to run over a topic about creating new projects. Within a design, sometimes more than one schematic board is required, depending on the size or the complexity of the design, or basically just for keeping things more neat or in organised fashion, i.e. having a power board, maybe a signals board, processor board, etc. So when we look to create a new project, there are a few benefits that we have here. So if we look to go to the File, New, this is a screen that you probably have seen before where you have the option to create new schematic files or PCB designs. We're now today going to look at creating what we call a new project. Think of a project as an umbrella for all your schematic designs, your sheets and your PCB design, and it will keep all these together organised under one file name, if you like. All the files are still independent, but what it gives you then is the option to just be able to call up the project and instantly load all of the boards associated with that design. So if we look to just create the project now, and we just say OK, we basically have the option to create a new design, a project. So we'll just call this one Brommer's Blog, and we'll save that here. So instantly what you can see here, we now have a tab open called the Brommer's Blog.prj, the project file. Now here we can see that you've now got three options: schematic designs, PCB design and other files. Just to here, we're now able to add files to this design. So we may want to add a schematic file, so if we just take a schematic here and we add that. So what we see now here, we have the digital circuit. We may want to add another schematic. Okay. So now we can see here we have the two files, and just for good measure let's offer a PCB file too. Okay. So very quickly we can see that where we've created schematic designs or PCB designs previously, it's very quick now that we've all now contained or umbrellaed these underneath the Brommer's Blog project file. So just by expanding these trees we can see here, and we're now able to, within here, double click to open the circuit here, to open this circuit here, and even a PCB. And all these here, as we can see along the tab, are all contained underneath the project. Now some of the other important advantages of what this offers you is that when you maybe have multiple schematic boards in a system, it allows you to use certain nets and globally, basically. So maybe you have like your 5-volt net, or you maybe have some signal nets or such like. Then basically, because all these projects are contained underneath, it automatically compares between those and checks and makes sure that there are no conflicts or duplications in your nets as you move across the boards. One of the other advantages there as well is that when you come to print a document, which we'll look at a little bit later, it also allows you to print all the files with one command rather than printing them all individually. So for now, I'm going to close this down and open up a project that I worked on recently. Okay, so if we just open, here's a project I created earlier. So just here we can see that under my schematic designs I have a number of boards. You can see here a 3.3 volt output, a jumper schematic, a microcontroller section, a USB section. Because I had a number of boards, it was convenient for me to be able to have all these boards separately. It helps me to keep my design, in my mind, tidy when I was working on it. And at the same time then it allowed me, with the project file, to keep all these tied together and to keep all of these connections basically globally addressed within all the boards. So, and even down to the PCB file, which isn't quite finished yet. So We talked before then about the project and the benefits that it offers. Here you can see, just by keeping this project file open, you can add as many files to this as you like, and they will all be addressed under this sort of global approach, if you like, to the nets and the net classes inside the system. So, one last point I want to just show is that when we come to print these files now, we have the print command. We have the option to go to Windows or to PDF. All schematic designs, so we can see here, take this box, we can do one or all colours. Do we want to include the PCB design? Yes. And we just at this point, just by hitting OK, we can see now here that it runs through the whole project, and we've now been taken through to Adobe Acrobat, a reader. So here we can see the PCB file, schematic files, the various other sections of the design, which now you could, if you wanted for your own documentation, could do a very quick print, a hard copy into your file, and it was all done with simply just one command, printing the file while printing the project. So, I hope you found this of interest, and I'll look forward to seeing you on my next Brommer's blog video tutorials on DesignSpark PCB. Thank you very much.